Take what is arguably Audi's prettiest car, lop off the top, and splash it all liberally with technology from a company that mostly gets it. But is the engine room calling the right shots? Let's drive the Audi A5 2.0 Turbo Cabriolet and check the tech. Now, our good friends at Audi sent us an A5 cab with just about everything in it, so let's get started. First of all, this head unit is familiar and yet not. You'll notice the Audi four corners logic, where you've got four things around the corners of the screen, and those correlate to the four buttons around the main controller. That is a key essence of Audi's interface, visually as well as mechanically. If you haven't been in an Audi lately, the knob has changed a little. It's a turning clicky apparatus. There's no force feedback here. It turns and clicks the same way all the time. But it does now have a click button in the middle that also is a rocker, a little jog stick deal. First to the navigation screen, where we can once again report that Audi has gone 3D gaga. No one is as nuts about 3D virtual representations as these guys, sort of Google Earth. Really good detail, really good detail on the buildings, given today's state of the art. You don't see a lot of windows and finishes there, but you really see a lot of structures, certainly at least in urban areas, and even as you drill down, the detail holds up. An A5 is going to come with an AM/FM, CD, Sirius satellite radio, 10-speaker Audi sound system. Well, we're not doing that. We've got the Prestige trim on this car, which makes it a pretty pricey ride, but that means Bang & Olufsen sound to begin with. On the output side, you can't miss those burnished aluminum rings around the speakers. And a lot of interesting things going on with sources. Now, starting off with radio, of course, we have the usual garden variety AM/FM. And of course, there is Sirius satellite radio, just like you'd have on the stock unit. Now, the media button's a fun one. Let's get started. At the top is our jukebox. Because this car has a hard drive-based system for the nav, you also get 9.3 gigabytes available for you to put media on. And of course, this optical drive, because it's on the high-end head unit, will also play DVDs. Everyone seems to do that with their fancy system these days, even though it's kind of silly. You got to park somewhere and watch a movie. And of course, in a car this size, there's no option for a rear seat entertainment system. Finally, we've got Audi's media device interface, AMI. We've got an iPhone hooked up to it right now. Our LCD screen is, of course, also used for our rear view camera. We also have back sensors, as you can hear, maybe a little bit back there chirping away. And you have two modes here to give you some parking information. As you can see, I get some trajectory, and I also get some zones there. If I hit the button on the right, it changes from parallel parking mode to side-by-side parking mode. Now, normally I don't go on about climate control systems or heated and cooled seats a whole lot. That's kind of low-tech these days. But there's no climate system that can really overcome the fact that you're missing a roof unless you've got these vents right here on the seat. These are air scarf technology, and you've got a button right down here at the front corner of the seat. You can kick that on, and an internal electric heater and blower starts up and blows hot air all over the back of your neck. It's quite nice. Now, up front, our Audi A5 2.0T is a turbo, but it doesn't have to be, because some Audi supercharged motors also get the T thing put on the end of them, so beware of that. This guy is a turbo inline 4, however, very advanced in its valve train technology and the way the turbo's managed, and all the usual engine tweaks you'd expect from Audi. Bottom line is you get about 211 horsepower, 258 foot-pounds of torque. 0 to 60 about 6.5, pretty good for a 3,700-ish pound car. Mileage is okay, 2026. And with a CVT instead of a Tiptronic automatic, and the mileage improves a lot to 2330. You got to think about that. On the road, the 2-liter turbo motor is not a monster, but turbos always have a certain energetic nature about them, and this isn't supposed to be a total barn burner kick-in-the-butt power plant. Turbo lag is less than most, and what you really notice is the smoothness of the engine, the transmission, and the running gear all at once. This car is really spookily smooth. That goes a long way to making it feel faster than the 6.5-second car than it is, which isn't slow in itself. The side assist stuff lights up in the mirror when someone's in your blind spot, and then blinks manically if you still signal while there's someone in your blind spot. But it does nothing to correct your drift into a problem. It's an indicator system, not a correction system. Okay, let's price our Audi A5 2.0 Turbo Cabrio. $43 or so base. That's front-wheel drive. Add $2,100 if you want Quattro. Then to get this thing done up CNET style, you got to add a ton of rather pricey packages because the tech is scattered amongst them. Very clever. The big one's the Prestige trim. That's $8,300. That brings you the navigation system, the AMI for your iPod, Bang & Olufsen sound, Bluetooth, heated front seats. The comfort package is $2,400. That gets you heated, ventilated front seats with fancy leather and that trick air scarf. $900 for driver assist if you want all that blind spot technology and rear camera and bumper sensors. The sport package for $1,450 is how you get shift paddles and those sport seats.